That one's for Kelly. Oh, he's a bad boy. I've got my eye on it. I've got the trusty camping pot right next door, which I can put it out if it sets fire again. I just can put it out. I didn't burn the house down yet. Whew. Anyway, now eternal life. We're moving along. Wonderful. This is Power Casals. Anyway, I think we better less of that. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life. Ooh. Lights out. Bye-bye, little kitchen. How do they get those sardines in there? Eh? Poor little sardines. Ah, no life here. Right, so eternal life, what's all that about? Me, I know nothing. It's what Christ promises us. To live forever with God. How about that? In heaven. We won't have physical bodies, obviously. That much I know. So this is Bach now. So I listened to Daniel Barenboim, who was playing the Appassionata earlier in the previous film, but giving a masterclass on Beethoven. And I absolutely remember and listened to and heard him saying this, that, oh, botheration to these adverts, it's what pays for it, so I don't get the expensive YouTube without adverts. Ugh, bog off. Go. There you go. He's so good, Pau Casals. I was engaged to this lass in Paris, and elle a joué la musique ancienne. She played this old music on les instruments anciens, so on old classical instruments. The sound is a bit thinner and sort of lighter somehow. But anyway, we used to rehearse. I mean, it's a fairly select group, and with the top players in France. This is in Paris, the outskirts of Paris. Dans les banlieues, elle s'appelait Pascal Michel Jeanne Neveu. She was called Pascal. Right, enough of that. Rabbit. Eternal life. What's it all about? It is God's promise to us. His covenant. Covenant is a much deeper, more powerful, absolutely rock-solid, binding thing. To his chosen people first and foremost, the Israelites, the Jews, the Hebrews, and then to us, the Goys, the Gentiles, to the rest of mankind. At his second coming, amen. I'm 65 years old, I've spent acres of my life, decades, out, alone with God. This neighbour of mine down south in Harborton, an older man, 70s, trying to smoke himself to death, but he reckons he's had his 70, so it's all one borrowed time now. So I pointed out how much he's spending on these. He smokes what I know as tailor-made, so I just do have old roll-ups. I actually smoke tea leaves. It's free. I don't inhale. Now you know. Perfectly legal. Can't stop a man from burning a small amount of tea leaves in the privacy of his own home. Or whatever. So, Rabbit, Eternal Life. And Steve was on about it. You know, what's it like and all this stuff. God is not an old boy with a long beard in the fluffy white clouds. God is the universe. So one of the things that's come up, and this is with David now, who's been on at me about violence and do I respond to the person who comes to rape my wife and kill my children, all of that. I'm not going into that again. David, botheration, lost the plot, lost the train of that one. So anyway, on an earlier train, Daniel Barenboim, to me the best exponent of music, of Beethoven, the piano music especially, is Karajan, does the symphonies perhaps better, but obviously not the piano concerti. Barenboim actually conducts the 5 piano concerti from the piano, so he plays them whilst conducting, which requires quite a lot of technical skill, to say nothing else. And he referred to Bach as the Old Testament and Beethoven as the New Testament. So, in the sense that the music of Bach is sort of traditional and structured, and whereas Beethoven sort of came and broke the mold. There is a structure, obviously. So I just particularly remember that comment of his. So he could play all of Beethoven's 32 piano sonatas at the age of 17 by memory, without music. So a very gifted fellow. He's an Argentinian Jew, and he's got Spanish citizenship as well. He was married to Jacqueline Dupre, who of course was such a brilliant cellist that God took her at the age of 42. She was only 28. So Eternal Life, when she started going down, she couldn't even carry a cup of tea. I still think about it. Every time I pick up my cup of tea and it doesn't shake, I've still got motor neuron connections. They oh dear. He's old here. I think he's over 70 when he's playing this. Eternal life. It is God's promise to all those who love him.